every single day, I would listen to that song when I got on the bus. I was so edgy. I still remember one time I got on the bus and I was like in first grade, and I was at this like, to get to my school I had to connect at another school and go to a separate school. So like I went to this one school and I had to change buses basically. And I still remember this one time I was in first grade and I changed the bus and I got off my bus and I'm by myself and I walk and I try to get on this other bus and I get on the bus and it's all just a bunch of old kids. And when I say old kids, they're probably like 13 or 14, but to me they look like adults because I'm in first grade, right? And I just kind of walk by everyone and they're all laughing at me and I'm this little fat ginger kid and they're all laughing at me. And then I sit in an open seat and I just put my head against the front of the seat in front of me and I just waited because I kept kind of looking out of the corner of my eye because everyone kept looking at me and I felt sad and I started crying. This is all true. And so I started crying, like weeping, and I didn't want people to see, so I put my head in a shirt and I was just crying because I didn't know where I was and and everyone was just looking at me. And then a bus driver came on the bus. She was like, "Is Timmy here?" And I raised my hand and she brought me off the bus and got me on the right bus. I was so sad. I was so distraught because everyone just kept looking at me. I was in first grade, man. I was a little kid. They were all talking ish. And I still remember I did this to a girl one time, right? And I didn't quite know what it meant. And this is probably around the same age, like second, third grade. And I think, doesn't this mean I love you? Or something like that? Isn't that what this means in sign language? I love you or something? Or is it this? No, that's rock on. Isn't it this? Like, I love you? This means I love you or something, right? Can you confirm that before I tell you this, chat? What does this mean? Doesn't this mean I love you? Or something like that? No, that's rock on. I'm pretty sure this means I love you, right? I love you. Right? It doesn't? I heard this means I love you in sign language. Regardless of whatever this means, I think it means something like either I want to bang you or I love you, something like that. And so I'm in third grade, and so all the old kids are at the back of the bus. So I make eye contact with this one chick in the back of the bus, and I give her that sign. I was like, "Sup?" And then she comes up to me. She's like, "Timmy, do you know what that means?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "It means rock on." She's like, "No, it doesn't, little Timmy. Don't do that to girls ever again." That's what she said to me, and I never did. I don't remember her name, but I never did that sign again to another woman, except for like now. Because there's probably some women in here. I don't want to assume, but man, nothing like taking a trip down memory lane with Tim, chat. Bus rides, you know what I'm saying? Bus rides. Good times. Anywho, she's like, "Don't do that to a woman ever again, Timmy." I'm like, "Okay, old woman, get in the back seat again." Anywho, let's start the day off right, Dad. Did I...